punishing children for the iniquity of parents, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children and upon the children's children. That is unjust.
So let's begin by noting that Scripture makes it pretty clear that each person is punished for their own sin. So for instance, in Deuteronomy 24:16, we're told that fathers shall not be put to death because of their children, nor shall children be put to death because of their fathers. Each one shall be put to death for his own sin. We also see in Ezekiel, the soul who sins shall die. The son shall not suffer for the iniquity of the father, nor the father suffer for the iniquity of the son. The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon himself, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon himself. So if this is the case, why do we see Deuteronomy 5:9 and Exodus 3:34 saying God is, quote, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children to the third and fourth generations of those who hate me, end quote. So if a father practices idolatry in their house, it's likely that their children will as well. And if this is the case, it might be said that the children are continuing in the sins of the father. I think the idea here is that if the children continue in the sins of their father, they will be punished. God specifically says to the third or fourth generation of those who hate me, but in the very next verse says, but showing steadfast love to thousands of those who love me and keep my commandments. We also see in Exodus 34:6, the Lord, a God merciful and gracious, slow to anger and abounding in steadfast love and faithfulness, keeping steadfast love for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, but who will by no means clear the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children and the children's children to the third and fourth generation. So based on both the Deuteronomy text and the Exodus text, emphasizing God's love and forgiveness for those who serve him, combined with the fact that the text explicitly says sons will only be punished for their sins, I think it is irrational to suggest that the children are being punished for sins they did not commit in these passages, and thus the accusation that God is shown as unjust in these passages is unsupported. I know what you're about to say. Hey Garb, there was a lot of other scriptures in that video that you didn't address. What about those? I have addressed those. They were just too long to put in one video, so I decided to split it into like 6 or 7 parts, and I will be uploading those throughout the upcoming week. So if you like this, check my channel to see the past ones and future ones.